Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Mr. Almighty Lewis back at you once again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to stop being a people pleaser. So if you haven't checked out my previous video, make sure you check out that previous video of me talking about validation, because this video is going to be a little bit similar to that one, except that in that one I spoke more about getting validation when you're pursuing something, you're pursuing a vision. In this one we're going to be talking about just you in general being a people pleaser and wanting to get people's validation for pretty much anything in your life. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit that like button just because I'm asking you to, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I upload a new video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So people pleasing, and this is such a big problem. I remember having this problem like back in the day when I was in school. Oh man, shit. Like if you guys would have seen me in high school, or perhaps some of you watching this video went with me to high school, you guys know, well, pretty much actually it was pretty much all throughout school, to be honest, but it was really high school where I really like maximized it, and it was like I was people pleasing to the max. It was insane, right? But but yeah, I mean, people pleasing is just horrible. It's horrible. It feels horrible every single day. Like it's just a nightmare. It's like something that you get one day and you want it to be over. It's like a disease, like a virus, shit, it's really bad. And so if you're suffering from this, you're suffering from constantly wanting to please people, you constantly want to validate people, you constantly want to be nice, you constantly want people to love you and to adore you and to always see you on their good side and never talk shit to you and stuff like that, and you're always taking action that's going to help do that, and at the same time, by you doing that, you're compromising some of your personality. Then you're doing a really bad job. You're doing a really, really bad job when it comes to personal development in here, because, and it's not your fault, I don't blame you, because like I said, this just happens. This happens because there's a lack of something in you. Okay, so you're lacking pretty much self-love. You're actually lacking three things. You're lacking self-forgiveness, you're lacking self-love, and you're lacking self-respect. So when you're lacking those three, it's very likely that you're going to end up in a place where you're just people pleasing all the time. You're trying to get people to validate you and to make you feel happy, and that's perfectly normal, because you're missing all those three things, and you have to get them somehow, because you're human. It's not like you can just live on your own like certain individuals. I have a particular individual who I have in my life right now who believes that being by themselves is the key to everything, to being happy. But, and this is a girl, by the way, and I tend to disagree with her all the time, because I'm like, yes, being alone, and sure, being an introvert and everything like that, sure, there is some sort of fulfillment in being alone, but I'm not gonna like spend my lifetime being alone. Like, that's just ridiculous. And I'm not gonna look towards loneliness as a way to comfort myself for not having the necessary abilities and skills and courage really to go out there and meet new people. So yeah, so that's that. But yeah, so here's the thing, like, validation itself, like I said, you're lacking something. You're lacking one of those three, or who knows, or maybe all those three. And let me tell you something, when I was in high school, I was actually lacking all three. I had no respect for myself. I had no love for myself. I was really looking for love outside of myself, really, with trying to get a girl. I was just trying to get a girlfriend, and I was looking for self-love and a girlfriend. And so you can imagine how that affected my whole approach with women. It was very, very bad. If any of you ladies who I asked you out are watching this video, just know that that's just what was going through my mind, which is why I came off so desperate. I came off so anxious, because I was looking for that love, and I wanted that love to be reciprocated, through these women. And so, the expectation of them was, of me towards them was very high. So then that led to me to pretty much push them away, because it was a very high expectation that they themselves cannot meet, because it was just too early. Sure, at some point they could have met that expectation, if we would have spent enough time together, of course. But I just didn't give it enough time, to build that relationship to the point where that expectation made sense. So yeah, or who knows, maybe you're a guy, you're looking for some self-respect, and so your only way to really get your only way to really get validated is to do things that are going to get you respected. So who knows, maybe you do work for other people, maybe you do work, and you work very hard, but it's very for people pleasing purposes, meaning that you're trying to get people's respect. So you're going to do things that, quote unquote, society sees as something that, should be respected. And so you're doing those things, and sure, you might even accomplish them and everything, but deep down, you know that these are things that you don't really enjoy, you don't really give a shit about. You're really just doing it just so that people respect you and people look up to you, and and they're like, oh my God, that person hustled. That person is on track and everything, right? And so just give me a second here. But yeah, so that's the deal right there. And so yeah, so school was one of the worst experiences for me in my life. I actually made a video how I hated school, and I pretty much still do, but because of that reason. But I mean, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy times, and believe me, it took me years. It took me years to really unwind all of this, and to this day, it really tries to sneak in here and there, especially with women. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I recently went through a breakup, which was wasn't that pleasing, I guess, but as soon as I broke up with her, I started to feel that lack of self-love once again. It was crazy. Even though I thought I had already put that I had dealt with that properly, I started to realize, whoa, because here's the thing, like, as I was with my girlfriend, I was still working on myself and actualizing, and so I felt like I was improving already, and to some extent I feel like I have, except that perhaps I didn't reach the highest level of self-love, because there are levels to this. And so the more you do it, obviously, the more you go through life, in which you have to put yourself in a position where you either love yourself or you pretty much don't love yourself and you hate yourself. The more you put yourself in those type of situations, the more experience you're going to get with self-love, and the stronger your self-love is going to get, because the more experiences, the more you're putting yourself under those situations there, if you will. So definitely that's something right there to consider. But yeah, so how do you actually deal with this? How do you deal with people pleasing? How do you deal with always wanting to please people, always wanting to do the right thing for them and everything? And let me tell you something, as an introvert, this could be pretty hard, because like I said, it's very hard for us to go and socialize with people. So then, like, sometimes you do get caught up in that if you don't understand yourself that you're an introvert, you pretty much you think that you're just not that good at speaking. You think that you're shy, so every time you do get a shot at actually speaking, or you get heard once in a while, then you start to get attached to that person, or that situation that gives you that freedom to go and talk and be yourself and stuff like that. And so sometimes it's for the good, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes people will try to take advantage of you. They'll realize that, hey, you know what, this person is in real need of some self-love. Who knows? Maybe you're a guy, maybe a girl finds out that you're in need of some self-love. So who knows? You might get manipulated like crazy, because she knows that you don't love yourself enough. So then who knows? She might take advantage of you in a way where you can't even imagine, dude. Like, your resources will get depleted, and she'll just give you a little bit of love, and you'll be like, yeah, take everything. And that's just insane. You really don't want to do that. Or who knows, maybe you're not getting respected at work. Your boss is asking you to do this, to do that, but your boss isn't paying you. They're not paying you, what you deserve there. And so what your real value is, even though you're bringing a lot of value to the table. And so who knows, maybe you need to get validated for your work, because you yourself, you don't respect the amount of work that you're willing to put in. You don't respect the amount of hours. You don't respect any of that. So then you tend to just give that away, and give it away for free, and not really care, because you want to make your boss happy. You want to put a smile on their face. You want them to tell you, yeah, good job, man, you did great, and stuff like that. And so yeah, So that's that. And so how do you actually deal with that? Well, pretty much like I said, you're gonna have to put yourself through experiences that are gonna help you out, have more self-love for yourself. So maybe when it comes to self-love, it could be things like, putting yourself in a place where you're just pretty much lonely, or putting yourself in situations where you're going to get emotionally hurt. So in the case of you wanting to approach women, who knows, maybe in that case you can go and ask out more girls, and maybe endure more rejection, and just that pain of rejection itself is going to cause you to either hate yourself or love yourself. And so you have a choice to make right there. And as you say, in the case of your boss, maybe you need to gain more self-respect for yourself. So then why don't you just stand up to your boss and you just tell him, hey, you know what, I don't like this. I don't like what you're doing. You're asking me to do this and this and this, and I can do all that. That's perfectly fine. But at the same time, I want to feel like this is a win-win situation as well. And so I would like for you to, consider me and consider what you're paying me right now, and look at how that's not enough for me to go and just do everything that you're asking me for. Like, you see, I don't feel comfortable just doing all of that, so much work, and not getting paid for it. So yeah, so you can just speak up that way, and sure, at that point you're already compromising your job there, but at the same time, that's you respecting yourself and be like, hey, you know what, I respect my time, I respect my skills, I respect everything that I do, the hard work that I put in, and so I'm not just gonna let you take advantage of me like that. And so yeah, and there's many situations like these where you can just put yourself in those situations. Yes, they're scary, they take a lot of courage, but like I said, they don't always have to be this extreme. Like I just said, you can take it a little, step by step, man. You don't have to, and it doesn't always have to involve a huge risk. I have to just practice it for the fun of it. When friends or something, they're trying to invite you somewhere, they're trying to get you to do something, you're so used to just validating, you're so used to just saying yes, yes, yes. Maybe you became a yes man, you're always saying yes to everything. How about just saying no to a few things here and there? You'll say no here, say no here. Maybe a girl actually decides to ask you out, but you see that this girl isn't really your type, and she just doesn't look like she's worth it. Then just tell her no. Tell her, you know what, thank you for the offer, but you know what, you're just not my type, and I just don't want to waste my time with you. As much as you would want to please her, you would want to actually just go out with the fucking girl just because you want that girl to validate you, to give you love. Sometimes you just gotta say no. If you just don't feel it, you just gotta say no, and that's perfectly fine. Just say no. And little by little, you start practicing saying no more and more times, and eventually, of course, you're gonna get more stronger with this, and your self-love and your self-respect is gonna increase massively. All right, so I hope you guys loved that video. Just want to keep it short. Anyway, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification icon, and make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. And of course, there's going to be more videos here and here for you guys to check out more of my content. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.